Hello everyone, and welcome to our third day, which is Rise Up to Nutrition. And I'm excited to talk to you about this component of our 3 focuses for this program. So let me tell you that, okay, I'm back. You guys, I just fell. Do you know why? We have 3 legs on a stool, right? The first one is how we think. The second one is how we exercise. And the third one is how we eat. If you don't have 3 legs on a stool, you're gonna fall over. Now, maybe I'm not the best actress, but you get what I'm saying. That's why we focus on all 3 of those. In talking about nutrition, I want to tell you that I'm the typical, and have been for a long time, the Mountain Dew Snickers girl. I was known as the girl that would come into the office in the morning and grab my Mountain Dew and either have M&Ms or a Snickers bar or maybe a Twix bar to get my day going. So as life progressed though, unfortunately, I do not have good genes. And my body is made up with, I would say I'm a skinny fat, or was a skinny fat. My mom passed away of heart disease when I was 32 and she was 62. Her first open heart surgery was when she was 53, which is about my age. So after her death, then I had 2 more children, so we ended up having 3 children. And the older they got, you start thinking of their health. 2 of our 3 children have high cholesterol. My cholesterol was over 300. So my craving for nutrition and information and learning how to feed our bodies really came out of a necessity to help my children learn how to eat healthy, how to exercise, and how to be positive individuals and controlling how they think. And also for myself to realize, if I want to live to be 92 like my grandmother did, I'm going to need to change a few things. Because I naturally gravitate towards pizza, steak, ice cream of any kind with toppings, and my garbage food. So my first step was I needed to break the sugar addiction. This was in January of 2016. And I used to drink coffee with cream, and I had it in my head that I could not drink coffee unless I had cream in it. So my first step was black coffee, and then slowly taking out all of the sugar. And I will tell you what, sugar, we all know, we hear everything negative about sugar. It's a killer. It is a killer. So it was a process. Slowly, I lost weight. I felt so energetic. I slept better. I mean, you can just Google benefits from taking sugar out of your diet. So first thing was to learn how to minimize the sugar in my food and my family's food. So I want to share with you a couple apps. My first one that I love is Fuducate, and it's literally, you can take your phone to put the app on it, take it to the grocery store, and make grocery shopping an experience. So you scan the label and it will give the food a rating, A, B, C, or D. And I just decided if it was a B minus or lower, I was not going to buy it. And I learned so much about ingredients and how much sugar is really in the foods that we eat. So I challenge you to maybe use that experience as you're grocery shopping. The other thing, when you're at the store, look at the food that you're buying. If it has 20 ingredients, put it back on the shelf. If the main ingredients are those first 5 that you're going to see, maybe you say, I'm going to buy only food that has maybe 8 ingredients or less, or 5 ingredients or less. So breaking the sugar addiction, using Fuducate app is great. The other app that I love to use is Lose It. You can literally, do your own investigating. And please, after I post this, if you have any other suggestions for fun apps like MyFitnessPal or anything, please share it with the group. The other thing I want to say about how we eat is, do you ever wake up in the morning and say, I really want to go get a carrot for breakfast. Or you're sitting on your sofa going, I know there's some lettuce in the refrigerator that I can munch on. Maybe there's some celery. I bet I could really handle a bowl of cauliflower. That doesn't happen, right? We sit there and go, I know there's chocolate ice cream and vanilla ice cream and I could just have just a little bit, which turns into this much. So this is why it's very important to clean out your pantry and clean out that refrigerator. If it is in the house, you will find it. My other thing is those little bars, they're chocolate with caramel in it, whatever they are. If I know they are somewhere in the house, I will find them. So do not have that stuff in your home. If you have it, you don't want to throw it away, put it in a designated area so that this is what you're going to eat, and when it's gone, you do not repurchase it. The other thing that you can do is don't talk about it. So this is what your practice is as we open the doors to nutrition, because most of you have shared with me that you can handle the exercise, you can get out and move your body, you can read and listen and maybe think about, but it's the food, it's what we're eating. So certain things that you want to stay away from is saying to yourself, I'm starving. Well, you're not starving. Maybe you're just thirsty. So drink a whole gallon of water. Okay, 8 ounces of water. But drink water. Either you're bored, or because you're focusing on food, or you're just thirsty. So one of those two things. The other thing that you can say when you're driving home or you're running errands and you think, oh, I'm really hungry right now. I'm hungry right now. I want to eat. Oh, I could pull over to that place. I could stop there. I could stop there. I could stop there. What if you said to your brain, no, I'm going to wait. I have 30 minutes until I'm home, and I know I will eat when I get home, and my choices will be better. So mind, I'm going to wait. So just control our thoughts, right? It's what we say to ourselves. Power in our words isn't just positive thinking, it's power in our words over food. The other thing that you can do is it's that unconscious eating, right? So we're going to talk a lot about mindfulness, but when you're mindfully eating, such as you're sitting eating, I'm not gonna say chips, I'm going to say nuts. So you have a handful of nuts and you're eating the nuts and you're tasting them and you know that they're a healthy fat because that's what was in our email this morning, and you're learning so much about that handful of nuts, and you're really focused on what you're eating versus you're sitting at your desk, you're writing, you're drinking your water, you're emailing, you're eating without even knowing it. You've eaten probably something you don't want to eat and too much of it. Mindless eating will kill our goals. The other thing, when you go to dinner and you say, okay, I'm going to treat myself to, I don't know, I'm going to say a chicken pasta. And with that pasta, the nice waitress brings over a bowl of warm bread and oil. And if we're not mindful of it, we're going to grab that bread. And I just did it prior to this challenge starting, so I can use myself as an example. I'm just gonna have one piece of that bread. It was a whole loaf cut in slices. Grabbed one, dipped it, oh my gosh, then I'm having conversation. Without even thinking it, I'm grabbing more bread, I'm like eating. By the time my chicken pasta was delivered, I had to take half of it home. So just set yourself up for success. Choose what serves you. This was a trick that I said to myself over and over and over and over again. I would say, is the enjoyment of eating whatever it was, is that 1 minute, 30 seconds of eating that more important than how I feel in an hour from now or tomorrow? Does the taste of that outpower the taste of feeling energetic and healthy and empowered? Nope, it doesn't. So I think those are the things I wanted to share with you, and I'm going to read a quote because I found a quote that really just kind of sums up our thinking. So it says, the only way to keep our health is to eat what you don't want, drink what you may not like, and do what you'd rather not. With mental discipline, you do those things. You'll cut your sugar addiction so that the things that you never thought you would like, you love. You're changing your attitude about food and reprogramming our thought process. Now, I'm not going to expect you tomorrow morning to say, Chris, you were right. I woke up and said, oh, I get to eat carrots this morning. Probably not. But I know you're going to report back to me on the subtlest changes. Like maybe I didn't add 2 tablespoons of sugar to my coffee this morning. Or maybe I am not drinking my Diet Pepsi as often. I'm starting to look at the foods that I'm eating at the grocery store. I'm starting to look at the menu. Oh, that reminds me, this is what I'm gonna close with. Anyway, I'm starting to look more at the menu as to like what would better serve my body. And here's the last thing I want you to think about. Why are fast food restaurants so successful? Why is it that restaurants put pictures in their menus? It's because of when we see it, we want it. If I see a Mountain Dew in a cup with some like fake bubbles going down the side, I'm gonna want a cold Mountain Dew. Sorry, but I am. If I see on a menu a hot fudge sundae picture, I may just want to have that for dessert. Why is McDonald's so successful? They have pictures of all of their food when you drive up to the drive-thru, and instead of saying, I'm going to have a hamburger, you end up getting a Big Mac and you add those large French fries and, oh, I'm gonna top it off with a chocolate shake because you see all the pictures. So be aware of what you're eating. Think about your taste buds and think about serving and honoring your body and yourself. And we will get to the point where you can say, I am my best friend because I choose and I have a choice to what goes into my body and how I eat. So rise up to nutrition, everyone, and I will talk with you soon. Thank you.